Welcome to the Brian and Sherry Show 4.0. Awesome guests, cool giveaways, and a whole lot more. And it all starts now.
Yes, it does start, and I'm back. I'm back, Sherry.
Yay!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Brian here, and of course, as always, I'm joined with my co-host, Sherry Johnson.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show tonight. Brian, I am relieved. I am so glad you had come back for the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
We missed you.
I know. I left work early, and I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going home. We have a snowstorm coming. It's supposed to, our first snow of the, season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's snowing as we speak. We're supposed to get 6 to 8 inches of snow up until tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to be a complete disaster tomorrow morning. So I would hate to see all those people who have to travel in the morning. So I'm just going to give it some time because I know when the snow starts flying, that's when people get stupid and they drive ridiculous.
Yeah, they were already doing that tonight.
Oh, I know.
And everyone's running to the grocery stores to get the milk and bread.
I know. The world is ending, folks. So, yeah. Grab some peanut butter. So excitement because we're not alone on the show. So, in my absence of these shows, and hello to everyone on Facebook Live. Wow, they're just piling in here. Our usual suspects here. In my absence, you have been having some co-hosts. The shows have been continuing on. I don't think people realize that because normally with the radio show goes Facebook Live, and because I'm the only one on Facebook Live, people thought that there was no show. So, hello, everyone. Hello. All right. But I have been replaced. Well, half replaced tonight because you have a guest who was on Sherry Clip.
Correct.
That I listened to, come to find out more than his mother. James Mack, comedian James Mack.
Right. James Mack is here with us tonight, you guys. Yes, he is my co-host tonight when we'll be interviewing our very special guest, Bill Housekeeper, the one we've been talking about, the one I've been trying to get on the show, and I finally did. Thank you, Bill.
Actor Bill Housekeeper.
Yes.
Can't forget the actor.
Glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But anyways, so I mean, you're gonna be talking with James. James is gonna be talking with Bill. You're gonna be talking with Bill, and I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna make a couple of faces and waves and hello to Facebook Live, and I'm gonna drink my coffee because I'm cold. My studio is cold, so, but that's all right. Maybe even get a cigarette. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. So hello to everyone on Facebook Live. Like I say, usual suspects. I got my grandmother listening. So hello to my grandmother, my aunt,
Grandma.
my friend Daisy. Yeah.
Grandma, hi.
Yeah, my aunt.
Yeah.
We have Wendy. We have Katie.
Katie.
Billy,
of course.
Yep. Who would have known, right?
Right,
so,
right. And if you guys could share this show, that would be really super.
Yeah.
Everyone who's listening to Facebook on Facebook Live, please share our show. We really need you to share it.
Yes. Share and like this video. And like I said, everyone needs to see this video.
Right, not just the like sign. We got to do the love sign. There's a love sign there now. Love our video.
Oh, that's right. Jamie Nurnberg, our #1 fan, is watching. My other aunt is watching. So hello to my Aunt Belle. Hello. Helena Lang Fernandez is watching. Hello to you. So hello, everyone. So share the video, like the video, share it to your friends, your family, even your enemies, because even they need to laugh too. So I'm very excited to do this show, only because it's been 2 weeks. I did, however, make a surprise appearance. No, I shouldn't say appearance. My voice made an appearance on the show. The last 2 shows that we've had, I opened the show with you very quickly. I was at work. Yes. I told him to, F you. I got to do my other job here, which is my radio show. So it's very important to me. So I was able to do that, but I did have to run. I did listen to it afterwards, which they were great shows. So you did, fellow podcaster David Rosen. Mm-hmm. Then because of situations and timing and certain things, James Mack was on Sherry Clip. Don't forget, folks, that Sherry Clip is technically part of the Brian and Sherry show. It's just Sherry.
Hey, it's just me, yeah.
Right, which is a 30-minute show, which I think is perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then I do the Sherry and Jody Comedy Forum, which is how I met James Mack.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, his mom probably has me at that one because I didn't listen to that one.
Uh-oh.
I know.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm disappointed, Brian.
Uh-oh.
I am very sorry. Normally on my breaks, I listen to the show after it's aired. I have been keeping up to date, but unfortunately, because I think the last one I listened to was Juan Carlos.
Right, yeah.
Him on the, yeah. And anyways. So I'm going to have to go back and listen. But I like I told you in the beginning, I listened to your show twice.
Nice.
Because it was a good show.
It was.
And
very good.
At first, I didn't believe that he was a comedian because of his voice. It sounded like he should be a podcaster or maybe even an actor. So I had to listen to it again.
James, how long have you been a comedian for? Just wondering, since you're here.
I actually hit my 1-year mark coming up on December 5th.
Oh.
That's it?
Okay.
I thought you've been a comedian much longer than that, by the way you sounded.
Yeah.
No, well, I've been
good.
speaking in front of the public for a long time. So, like, I did theater in high school, and then I was in the military, and I was an instructor, and I've taught things once I've gotten out. I've taught people how to shoot. So, being in front of crowds and speaking is something that doesn't really affect me too much.
Oh.
Okay, so there is some experience in talking with people, or, a lot of people. Oh, okay. Okay, I forgot that you were in the military. I remember that now. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he won on our show, so he's doing great. It's definitely your talent and your nick.
Wait, so he's only been on Sherry Clip. He hasn't. This is his first time on this show.
Yes.
Right.
But not a guest. He's a co-host.
This is his first time. Right.
Oh. Well, he'll need to come on as a guest then, because he won the show, right?
Well, right. We were trying to do that. That was the original, but
I know.
We double booked, and then we weren't able to have him come on. So I had him on Sherry Clip for half an hour, and now he's here tonight to help co-host.
Oh, okay.
So he's getting some time. Right.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what else do we need to talk about before?
You have our T-shirts to talk about real quick.
Oh, yes. These T-shirts. Damn these T-shirts. They're going to be the death of me. All right, folks. So I know everyone's been asking. The T-shirts are done. They're ready. You can purchase T-shirts either with Sherry and I faces, our logo on it. Actually, I have them right here, as a matter of fact. So, there's 2 different kinds. So, here's the first one. So, unfortunately, you guys can't see them. Sorry about that. So, that's the first one here. So, you get, our original Brian and Sherry logo on it. It's got our faces on it. Yep, fantastic.
It's
so
beautiful.
there's that one. Yes. And then you have the other logo here. God, they did such a wonderful job with these. The headsets. Headphones.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you have these, okay? You can buy them straight from the website. So go to our website, which is briansherryshow.org, and they're right on there. $10 a piece, doesn't matter what size they are. And I'll ship them to you, or I will bring them to you. I don't even care. As long as my name is out there, I don't care.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to bring it to them.
Yeah. I'm giving these away as Christmas presents.
With your face all over it. That's wacky.
Yeah, I am. It's so yes, and Billy, I know you're waiting for the hoodie or sweatshirt. Those are coming soon. I wanted to start with the t-shirts first and get those done and out of the way before we introduce more clothing line. I might as well just design our own clothing line or something here. So
now, for those of you who don't know, we had T-shirts in the past, and we would sign them and give them to people. But what happened was people were like, "Oh, I want a shirt! I want a shirt! I want a shirt!" And Brian and I have been listening to that for months. So it was
for free.
Well, they were free to begin with when we had contests, but people wanted them so much. Now we're just going to try and sell them.
Which, there is a cause behind this. There is a cause behind this because when you buy the shirt, it helps Sherry and I reach a goal, and that goal is to go to a Comic-Con for the first time.
For the book, right?
Correct, the book. And we talked about it at the beginning of the show to our guests here. So Daniel Payne is a friend of ours, but he also is the author of Earth's Last Starship. And he has written us as characters in that book by name, pretty much. So I am the captain. And Sherry, second in command, whatever. So
you have to say.
Yeah, man. This book is going to be put out there.
Right.
At the Comic-Con.
That's right. It can be bought on Amazon, you guys, just so you know.
Yes, it is available on Amazon. We'll put the link up. But we want to bring it to the Comic-Con. He wants to, let everybody know about it. And I would like to be there to support him and, whatever else. I think he said celebrity guest. I'll take that. I'll do that. I'll sign something. So make myself feel important. So anything I can do, right? To help.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, buy them. They're on the website. Like I said, $10 plus tax. You can have it. I need the tax. Sorry, folks. So that's where we're at with that. Don't forget that there's no show next week because, everyone's going to be stuffing their face with turkey. Thanksgiving. So there's no show next week. Yeah. So our last show is coming up upon us.
Yes.
For the month of November. Things have changed this year. We're doing things a little bit different. Normally, we take the whole month of December off because of the holidays, people shopping, don't have time. I go on vacation to Florida, just coming up, thank God. So we've decided to do something different. So we're having one show in December, which is December 18th. Hello, Daniel Payton. Hello from outside Cincinnati, making my way north toward my new home in Michigan. Well, good luck and drive safe, please. So on December 18th, we have a show with guest, author, and paranormal research site.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was typing.
Yeah.
Would you say yes?
December 18th, we have author and paranormal investigator Sylvia Schultz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be talking about her book, Christmas Spirits, I think it is. Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes, that's it.
So it's a very special show because I'm going to be coming live from Disney World, of all places, to do the show while I'm on vacation. See the dedication, Sherry? Do you see it?
I do.
I mean, I'm on vacation visiting Mickey, and I have to do a show. You know, the things I do for people.
He's really just down there to get away from this cold and snow that's coming in tonight. But we know the truth.
Yeah.
He's at one of those resorts on the beach. We know that. He's not walking around looking at Mickey.
No, there's no freaking beach. You can't even go near any of the water, and the alligator might get you. Isn't that sad?
Oh, that's right. You remember that.
Anyways, and before that, the night that I actually get there, which is the 11th, 7 o'clock, I usually go on Facebook Live for, what's it called? Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
You're going to share this, right?
Yes. So I'll be live so everyone can see the fireworks and the parade and Mickey and Minnie and all those people. Hey, it was a hit last year. First, I didn't think anyone was going to watch this crap.
No.
And you know what? To my surprise, everyone did. And I enjoyed myself along with the 30 million other little children that were there. So, yeah. So we have that to look forward to. But anyways, enough chit-chat with me.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it over to you because now we can talk about real things.
Enough hearing about your wonderful summery type hot vacation. You're going to Florida as we freeze up here in the Northeast. Okay. Now we have our guests waiting long enough. At this time, I'd like to bring my co-host, James Mack, onto the line. James, join me, please.
Yes. I'm kind of jealous he gets to go to Disney. Is it Disneyland or Disney World down there? I always forget.
I'm going to Disney World.
That's what it is, yes. I always forget which one's in California and which one's in Florida.
Yep.
And so, now, have you ever co-hosted before, James, or am I just throwing this at you?
You're throwing it at him.
No, well, I've been on podcast and radio shows before. As far as hosting, well, I guess in a podcast you're always kind of co-hosting, but yeah, I've done stuff kind of like this, but not at this level. No, there's more than 10 people listening. I don't know how to control myself now.
It's all good. Just think that it's Brian, I, and Bill, and you'll be all set.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
An intimate conversation
I'm fine.
between the three of us.
Right. We won't talk about the thousands and thousands and thousands listening. So, all right. And so at this time, I'm going to let you relax for a minute, and let's bring on our special guest, Bill Housekeeper. Bill, join us, would you please?
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, Bill, I've been trying to get you on for a while now, it seems. How are you?
I am great. Enjoying the California sun out here in Los Angeles.
Oh.
What?
God, he was out there.
I know.
Oh,
this show is over. Over. Done.
I'm really sorry, everybody.
Sit out in the snow.
I'll try to enjoy it less while we're on the air. That way, we're all cold together.
Okay.
Thank you. Just imagine like
is that okay? Is that acceptable?
And stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Good. All right. The weather's freezing out here. It's got to be at least 30 degrees. There's snow all over Los Angeles.
Oh no.
Oh.
I feel so much better.
Maybe I oversold it too much.
Yeah, but Bill, you're dealing with now. Are those fires anywhere near where you're located?
They're more in like northern LA County, southern. I think it's Ventura County. If you drive out to Santa Monica and look out north, you can definitely see the smoke coming out over the ocean and off the mountains. The videos that you're seeing on Facebook of people are posting is not a joke. These things are outrageous. They're massive. Luckily, I am really far south of these. They're not a threat to me, but they are definitely a threat to other people. And, just prayers and well wishes to all of them out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeez. All right. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself so our listeners know who you are?
Well, I am an actor out here in Los Angeles. Surprise, surprise. And I've actually gotten really lucky. I get cast in quite a few projects. I do a lot of indie films. I will do probably about 4 or 5 of them a year. And I just feel really fortunate because I don't have the help of an agent or a manager. And it's all really been word of mouth from one director to another. And I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, that's great. Now, are you from that area yourself, or?
No. I grew up in a small town out in Utah, and just always wanted to act since I was about 7 years old, and went through all the college classes and high school drama, and really just devoted my life to this industry and to this career, and moved out here to Los Angeles a few years ago, and just hit the ground as hard as I possibly could to try to keep everything moving forward.
Wow,
that's awesome. About how many movies have you done so far?
Oh, geez. I have a lot of credits up on a lot of places. IMDb, for the people who don't know what that is, imdb.com is the International Movie Database, and that will list a lot of people's credits, but I also have a lot of stuff that's not listed there or is currently in production and will be added on later on. So to answer your question, geez, I would say that easily 23, 24 films in the past few years.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, lucky.
Wow.
I'm very lucky. I'm not really that good, so it's nice to see them keep on bringing me back.
Right. Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 3 years from now?
It's really hard to say. The business moves very fast, and I'd like to say that with the people that I'm talking with right now and some of the producers that I'm having meetings with, you could start to see me starting to make an impact and getting into subtly into the household name, and hopefully just continue to go up from there.
Oh, well, I definitely wish you the best of luck. I know this is a really hard industry to get into, and now you've done a commercial before, I believe, right, for Samsung? Is that correct?
Yes, I have been. That was a great commercial. A lot of fun on that.
That's great. Awesome.
I've done pretty much everything. Film, television, video, theater. It's just, like I said, this is where I go with my life, and I am excited to do all of it and be a part of all of it.
That's awesome.
Do you find that you like doing one more than the other?
I like film. There's something about it. I don't really know why I would say that. It's just there's something about the film industry in general. Just the atmosphere with everybody there. It's definitely a different atmosphere from theater. But theater as well is fun as well, but they're just two completely different. You go in with a different state of mind. At least I do. And so it's kind of nice to be able to have both those kind of qualities that you can play off of back and forth and use the training from one and use it towards the other. Theater, your lines are memorized long before you ever open your show. With film and television, your lines are getting rewritten as you're walking into the show. So that's always kind of interesting. One of the funnest things I ever did, which is very hard to find was a project that was done in Japan. And when I got cast in that, I was cast really off of a word of mouth, and they called me up and said, "We want you to be a part of this show." And I said, "I would love to be a part of your show. I do not speak any Japanese. Thank you for the opportunity, but I really need to go. I think you should go with another actor." And they said, "No, we really want you. You've come with really good, high recommendations. Please be a part of our project." And I said, "All right, but I hope I don't let you down." And one quality that I have that I'm lucky about is I memorize quickly. So they would walk in and give me the scripts or the lines for the scene, and they would all be in Japanese. And I would only be given a very small amount of minutes to actually memorize in a phonics kind of a way of how they wanted me to say the words. And go in and do that. So that was way different. I've never, because you don't know what you're saying. And so that was very, very fun. I wouldn't say intense, but very unique.
Awesome.
That would definitely be difficult. Yeah.
So, one of the things that from some of the people I've talked to that have done, at least up here in New York, that have done both, theater and and movies, they said the biggest difference that they see is, like, in theater, you can get an instant reaction from the audience on how you're doing. Did that ever become an issue for you whenever you first started doing movies, going from the stage to the being behind the camera or in front of the camera?
It's weird. No, and the reason I say that is because usually my training tries to keep me so completely focused on the other person and the people in the scene that really everybody else in the audience and everything kind of just goes away. So any reaction that they're having, I usually don't even notice. And people will come down in the dressing room and they'll be like, did you notice that? Did you see that? Did you hear that laugh that you got when you said this or said that? And I apparently am just oblivious because I was like, no, I didn't hear any of this. Now, if it's the reaction that you have with somebody on stage with you or on camera with you and you're not expecting that reaction, if they laugh in a way that is out of character for them, but you said something maybe a different way and they laughed, you just incorporate it. You keep going. You don't cut. You don't laugh back. You go with your gut feeling, and whatever reaction you have is where you go with it. And if the director likes it, he might keep it in, because it's always about acting honestly and acting naturally. So, if they start to laugh, go with it. If you feel like laughing, laugh. If you feel like whatever it is you feel like doing, go with that because it will be natural. And even if it's not quite right, the director can always cut, bring you back and say, don't do that. Or he might like it. It really goes either way.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Interesting. That kind of sounds like something like James, you were talking to me about the other day, is when you're on stage, it's the same sort of thing, it sounds like reactions from people.
Yeah, kind of. So, like, if you're getting a good reaction, then you can push the show a different way. But if you're not getting the reaction you want, then you have to, at least in comedy, you have to kind of start looking at your cadence or start focusing on the crowd a little bit more and maybe bringing them in. Because if you're not getting the laughs, then you're not connecting with your crowd. So.
Right.
See, and that is one thing I've never done, James, and I just really want to say that's really impressive that you have the ability to go out on stage and be a comedian. I mean, I think that is such an incredibly amazing trait to have. I can't do that. With my stuff, my lines are written for me, so I know I'm going to be funny. your stuff is all just kind of go out there and you try to keep the audience on your side. And I mean, I think that's really neat that you can do that. So, and I heard that you've only been doing this a short amount of time too. Is that correct? Do I have that information right?
Yeah, I'm coming up on 1 year of doing actual stand-up. I started doing roast comedy before that, but that's a little bit different. But as far as like, actually writing material and getting up there and doing that, I've only been doing it for a little bit. December 5th will be my 1 year mark. So
that's really neat, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of fun. But of course, also like if you, as we call it, bombing. That's not a fun night. So when you get up there and you're telling jokes and everybody's staring at you like you're giving a presentation for a boardroom. So, but it happens. So,
I remember an interview with Jerry Seinfeld, and they had asked him, have you ever just had a night that was bad? And he's kind of looked at the guy and he goes, it's kind of like asking a taxi cab driver if he's ever taken the wrong left. And, and you kind of figure out what worked, what didn't work, try to judge your audience and maneuver your skit or your piece or your script around a little bit and try to keep going forward.
It's definitely like that. But every comic has like that one bit or that joke that they keep in their back pocket that they know no matter where I do it, this is going to work, and hopefully it'll bring the crowd back to my side. So, and then that's usually what you use. And then if that doesn't work, that's when you're like, okay, well, the other thing, and it's kind of the same thing. Like I talked to some of the actors up here in New York, and like I asked them, I'm like, so what do you do? Like if you just have a bad say you put out a movie or a show or something and it just doesn't work the way you thought it was going to, and they're like, you just got to learn from it. And it's the same thing that we do. And I think it's the biggest thing is you never blame the audience. It's always, okay, what did we do that, or what did I do that, maybe I need to fix. So
that's good advice.
It's the same.
That's
especially in the comedy community, like you'll hear comedians that have a bad set and they're like, oh, well, the crowd wasn't with me or it was a bad crowd. And I'm like, no, you should be able to, if you're good enough, you should be able to walk into any room. I mean, like, for instance, I went and just Tuesday night, we went into, I'm sorry? Oh.
Nope, nothing.
But we went into a bar, and it's called an ambush show, so they don't announce the show, and it's literally just really good practice. We go into the bar, and you just start the show. Like, the people there don't know there's going to be a show. The owner does, of course, but and we bring in, like, really brand-new comedians in there to see, like, hey, do your set, see if you can win them over, and so that way they can kind of get used to winning the crowd, and you definitely get to see where somebody's at in comedy for that. So kind of like a flash mob, but for comedy. So
that sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like it could be a really eye-opening experience in both good and bad ways.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to ask, like I said, I watched Demon, and there's, of course, the infamous story about you with that movie is that you chipped your tooth while making the movie. If I read the rumor right, what happened there?
That is correct. Actually, me and the creature ended up having a fight in the movie, and accidentally ended up hitting me, and it knocked a tooth out. It broke it in half, actually. And they were like, let's stop, let's get you to the dentist, let's get this taken care of. And I was like, no, we're going to keep going. I was like, this is too good. There was no real nerve damage or anything done to the tooth, so I actually kept it in. I was like, I'll fix this when I get off the set after we're done filming the movie, and try to just keep it going. So,
Wow.
yeah, I actually filmed that movie with half of a tooth. Right in the front, by the way, front tooth.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of, but it fits the character though. Like that was the one thing that I can say is like it actually like it fits with the ranger that you're playing in that, so it worked.
And that was a fun movie. I mean, I made a lot of really good friends off of that. The crew were amazing. I mean, there's so many people from that movie that I still keep in contact with, even though it's a few years ago when we filmed it. But just a lot of fun. And it was down in Florida. And by the way, the locations that these guys got were just amazing. And they actually picked up pretty good quality on the camera as well. So that was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I noticed is you do a lot of horror movies and scary movies.
Yeah.
And like Demon. You've also you've played a zombie before. So like out of all the horror, like I don't want to say genres, but like out of characters, like zombies and like Dracula and stuff like that, like a Wolfman. Is there like one particular one that you're like really want to eventually one day play, like a werewolf or Dracula or anything like that?
The friendly killer is always the best. He's the guy that everybody likes, and then you find out towards the end that he is the killer. Those are always really fun. But I mean, I've also played a cop as well, who is going after the person that I just described. So it's always fun to have the variation. Oddly enough, I still say one of my favorite characters that I've ever played was actually a very small part in Taming of the Shrew in Shakespeare, the part of Curtis, one of the servants. And
oh, wow.
Just so much fun. And I ended up getting a nomination for that role, which is funny because the role is very small, and but just a great character. I mean, I read him and I was like, I don't know who this guy is. Who is Curtis? I started going through my Shakespeare, because I'm trained in Shakespeare as well. And what they call iambic pentameter is kind of like the rhythm for Shakespeare. So I'm trained in Shakespeare as well, and I'm reading this character, and I'm like, okay, where do we go with this guy? How do we make this guy be this guy? And that's really a lot of fun when you actually sit down at maybe noon, and you just start to dissect the script and the character and trying to figure out where is this guy going, how is he going there. I always have a notebook with me, and I just try to write down, where is this guy? Where is this character? What is his tactics? What does he want from the other character? And how is he going about getting them to do what he wants? Which is really basically what it comes down when it comes on what script analysis is all about. Every character wants something, or they have information for something or about something. And you got to try to figure out, how does that play in? What does your character know at this point in the script? Does he know who the killer is? Does he know what's going on? Yes or no? And if he says yes, what makes you think that? It takes a lot of time to do character analysis and script analysis, and that is the biggest part of any actor's job. It is not memorizing the lines, at least this is just my opinion. I don't think it's memorizing the lines. I think it's memorizing who is this person and how can you make yourself be this person.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so I also saw that you actually went to school for acting. So when you're going to school for acting, do they go into like psychology and psychoanalysis and things like that, and that's how you figure that out? Or
I had a lot of good friends who never studied theater, and they wanted to become actors, so they went and studied psychology. And there are a few actors, or maybe many actors, who have done that, and it's a really good way to figure out what to do. And I'm not knocking that approach at all. If that's an approach you enjoy and it works for you, stick with it. I myself, in college, I ended up falling into a technique called the Meisner technique. Meisner is one of the top acting techniques in the country. And I was fortunate enough to get into Jeff Goldblum's class. And Jeff Goldblum was my teacher. Yeah, and Jeff is amazing. I mean, he is exactly how he is in the movies. It was really bizarre because I first get into the class, and he had just gotten cast in a show on Broadway. This is a while back. And he just walked up. He's like, hey, I got cast in this movie. Who wants to run lines with me? And we're all like, really? Like, Jeff Goldblum wants to run? And he hands me the script. He's like, here, just go through a couple of pages with me real fast. And I was like, you guys, it's like, this is just surreal. You know, it's like, I remember watching him kid, and he's just an amazing actor, and I always admired him and still do. And here I am running lines with him for a Broadway show, and it's just, that is the moment when you actually take a step outside of yourself going, what in the world am I doing?
Wow.
Yeah, wow is a good way to put it, by the way. That's a really good definition of, that just kind of sums up the entire situation. For like a 15 or 20-minute read with Jeff Goldblum. Wow.
Right. It's interesting. It's really cool. You're so lucky. I mean, how many people get to do that? You know?
I don't know.
Okay. And Brian, you had some people have actually wrote some questions in. Do you mind answering a few questions from our audience?
Me? No, not at all. Please ask us.
Go ahead, Brian.
Go
ahead, Brian.
Thanks, Sherry, so much. All right, what do we got here? What do we have here? Now I have to scroll and find them. Oh my Lord, people are chit-chatting.
I'm
I
surprised
know
they kept
that.
their attention. I'm surprised they haven't left. Like, this guy's last name is Housekeeper. We gotta go. We're not buying a word of this story. Like, yeah, some guy named Housekeeper is running lines with Jeff Goldblum. Great story. We're out.
Yeah, no.
So I think you could be a comedian too. You have a great sense of humor.
I thank you for that. The only problem is I'm not funny, so I don't know if it would actually go very well or not. I just go out on stage and say, hi, I'm Bill. And they're like, yeah, we're out. We're gone.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many comics aren't funny off of the stage. So.
I would be thrown in that category. So where do you fall in the category line? Not funny? Okay, go over there with those guys.
Yeah. It's like, I can write really well, though. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got
sure,
a nice car. Is that good enough? No, it's not good enough? Okay, I'll go over there with those guys. Just fair enough.
Oh, while Brian's finding that, do you mind if I ask about one of his movies that's coming out next year?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's his next one.
Of course.
So you have Forgiven This Gun for Hire that's coming out. You play Blackjack Quinn. What's the movie about?
You know, this is just your classic gunfighter kind of a movie. Our director is kind of put us a little bit, like, you always sign a little bit like the NDA, but so I can't really tell you too much about it. But it's got your basic Western feel to it, a lot of fun. You know, you got your gunfights and, you know, poker scenes and all that kind of stuff, the horses and all that.
Okay. And I see
and the thing is,
there for the...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the thing, too, is, like, there's so many movies right now that I've got coming out. The Lurking Man right now is kind of an interesting one because that one's actually doing very well in the film circuit, and I think it's going to be just a matter of time before somebody really does pick that one up, if they haven't already. I was talking with a producer not too long ago, and she was saying that's really going to get getting some really good momentum happening. So that'll be a good one to look out for.
Okay.
And there's a kung fu movie coming out. Or we're getting ready to start filming that with a guy by the name of Dave Polson, who's just an amazing director, good friend of mine. And he's wanting to film that out in Prague.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, that'll be a fun one. Go hang out over there for a while. I've never been to Prague, so I think that'd be kind of neat.
It's beautiful. So.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's definitely a tons of fun. It's a beautiful city. You can definitely have a lot to do in your off time.
I hope I get some. Nice to have a little bit of off time to go run around, hang out with Prague for a little bit, and see the sights, and just experience the culture, because I really am a cultural kind of person. I love going to different countries and seeing what they got and seeing what do they do that we don't do here in the U.S.
Yep.
It's just, and they do a lot, by the way, that we don't do here in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. I have found one, Jerry. I have found one. So thank God. Daniel Payton was wondering, has he ever worked in pure improv?
I have. Actually, there was a couple of movies that when I first started getting into this, you do what you can to get any speaking lines, and somebody walked in and said, "Hey, look, we like you." Again, it was like, we heard about people talking about you. We don't really have a part written for you. Can you please just improv something? And at that point, I had just walked in. Well, he said, "You'll figure it out when you get here. We don't really have a lot of time to talk about it. Come in to set tomorrow. You have a speaking part. You'll figure it out. Goodbye." And so I came into the set, and I don't know, is this a comedy? Because a lot of people think when they hear the word improv that they're thinking comedy. And it's not. Improv can be anything. Improv is just you improving your lines and making stuff up right there on the spot. It doesn't need to be comedy. It can be drama. It can be anything. And so when I come on, I'm hearing the word improv, and I walk into set, and the only thing that I can do is just listen to what's happening. Listen to the actors as they run their lines, kind of just stand off to the side, try to get an idea of what is the feel of this scene. It can be very, I wouldn't say stressful, but I would say intense, because you don't know. They're going to start filming anywhere between 3 minutes or 30 minutes. How much time do you have to prepare for a scene in a movie that you know nothing about either? So it's a lot of fun. So to answer the question, yes, I have. I have been accepted into improv with the Groundlings as well. But I got cast in so many stuff I couldn't really continue on with the classes there. But it's a great improv training program.
Yeah.
Awesome. See, Sherry, that's the job I need.
That's it. You have to go out to California, though, right?
I'll gladly go out to California.
Especially with the weather.
Here we go. Sell T-shirts. People will buy T-shirts.
Right. I have, because, with most podcasts, and Sherry, you know this, and we made it our rule that we don't do scripts. I don't do scripts. And I think that's the reason why I never did drama class in school, because you had to follow a script. I'm very bad at remembering lines, so I would probably get the axe in drama class anyway, so I avoided it. I like saying whatever comes to mind, but I think improv would be fun. As long as you know exactly what. See, I would have to know what the movie's about, what that scene, what's going to happen in that scene. So if they say, just do something, say something, whatever. But I would have to go along with whatever's happening in the scene, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So I can do that.
Oh, well, then you're in the wrong profession, Brian. All right, Bill? We got to get him hooked up. Take some classes. Do some stage stuff.
Okay.
What do you do? I do stage stuff.
Yes.
What's that like? Yeah, it's like stuff.
like stuff. I mean, this is all your guys' stuff. This is your gig. I just asked the questions.
Hey, in all honesty, I mean, that really does define what. So, what exactly do you do? Well, I do stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Oh.
I almost had a business card made up where it just had, when I first got out to L.A., I just want to have a business card. So everybody's like, you have to have a business card. If you're in L.A., you have to have a business card. L.A. is a business, got to have a card. I didn't know what to put on mine, so I almost was like, Bill Housekeeper does things for money and my phone number. And that was going to be my business card. I was like, there you go. Figure it out.
Sounds like a comedian.
Hey,
Yeah.
See?
telling you, he's got it.
In talent.
Yeah, I've got it for about 4 seconds, and then they realize, no, abort. This guy's not the guy. Get him off the stage. Get him, like, over there somewhere.
Well, now you can do now you can do anti-comedy. So
anti-comedy, yeah, dying.
No, it's a form of comedy now. So
really,
yeah, or so they say. But
okay. Well, I got to take your word on it. I know nothing about that type of the entertainment world. Sad to say.
Yeah. The next question coming in is, for those who are unfamiliar with indie films, please explain what an indie film is.
Wow. Okay. So I read a book a few years ago, and the definition of that is a movie that is not done by a studio. And there's really a very small amount of studios out here. But really, I agree with that term, but also indie is just, it's a very large market. The studio films, you're going to go out, you're going to have so many films that you're going to go out and you're going to see in the movie theaters. You've got your Avengers and your Batmans and your Notebooks and all these big movies that go out there, and those are great. But there's a lot of movies done by, like, the little guy. They don't have the budget. They don't have all the bells and whistles, or they have a limited budget. One thing that I am really impressed with when it comes to the indie market is when you start dealing with a studio, you're dealing with millions of dollars. And that's great to have for a director to have that kind of resources at his fingertips. The indie market seems to not have that amount of money. So the thing that I love about the indie market is they have to be that creative. They have to think. They have to be more artistic. They have a giant 747 airplane, but they have to have the airplane in the movie. So what do? You make an airplane out of plywood. So the indie market, they are a very creative group of people because they usually don't have the multi-billion-dollar budget.
Right.
And the bad thing about the indie market is there are so many just amazing independent films out there that nobody will ever see. And if you're looking for independent movies that are really neat and fun, I believe Netflix has an area. And then I also heard of a website right now that's in the works that is aimed at the indie market as well. And then also, of course, there's Warner's independent, and that's kind of an interesting one because Warner Brothers, as everybody knows, is one of the biggest game player studios in the world. But they started realizing that the independent films, so they actually made Warner independent. It's part of their Warner Brothers group, as far as I know. I'm not an expert on Warner Brothers, so if anybody out there knows more about it than I do, they definitely know more than I do. But from what I've been able to find out is that they have their own independent market as well, Warner's independent, and they put out some great stuff. Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah.
I hope that answers the question.
I'm pretty sure it did. I understood what you're saying. Because, I know what the indie part means because before, just like with movies, you had just the big studios, and there wasn't a lot of people making films on their own. You know, nobody had the money. Just like video games, you had your certain companies that were making video games, but now there's all these indie games out there now, you know, that people are making themselves or, you know, whatever. So yeah, it's getting big. So I hope that, you know, people get out there and watch them, because there are a lot of good indie films. So yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. We should make
What's that? I'm sorry.
We should make an indie film.
Absolutely. Because we can
indie
do
films
this.
are always fun. Indie films are always fun.
Listen, all you need is a cell phone camera these days, or a digital camera, a few people in some costumes or whatever, and for like 10 minutes or 30 minutes, you could throw it up on YouTube, and the next minute people are watching it and want more, and it turns into something else. Isn't that usually what happens? YouTube people? No, I don't know. So, yeah. Anyways.
If you're onto something, I mean,
awesome.
South Park, I mean, it kind of started that same way from what I've been told. You know, South Park was just a couple of guys did a quick little Christmas video, and look what South Park has turned into. Right now, there's billboards around town that they're begging to cancel South Park, and it's them that's doing it. They have some of the most unique marketing ads I've ever seen. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are just genius.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they don't need me to tell them that, though. It's like, well, we didn't really know if we were good or on anything. But Bill Housekeeper in the indie film, who not too many people know about, he says we're okay, so I guess we're doing all right.
That'll be the next byline on next season right there. So.
Yeah, right. I'm sure they love getting approval from people they've never heard of.
Right. Well, I just want to say we're coming right down on time here. Bill, I just want to give you a second. Is there any way people can get in touch with you? Because we do have a lot of producers out there who are looking and they watch the show. Is there any way that people can get in touch with you, or a website?
Absolutely. The best way to get in touch with me right now, because I'm updating my website, Facebook is the best way, either my fan page or my regular page. My name is Bill Housekeeper. Housekeeper does not have an E after the S. It's actually my real name. And a lot of people are like, that's a great stage name. And I'm like, yeah, it's my real name. But, yeah, I mean, anybody can find me on Facebook, and feel free to send me a request and any message they'd like.
Awesome. Thank you. And James Mack, the same with you. Do you also want to leave some information and maybe where you will be at in a club where people can come see you?
Yeah, sure. You can always look me up Facebook. You can look me up James Mack, M-A-C, or Headspace and Timing Comedy is the comedy shows that I produce. Coming up for the rest of the month I have a few shows. So I'll be in Brooklyn on November 19th at Muchmore's for Peer Pressure Comedy. Definitely an interesting show. After that, I have November 29th, Frost in Translation is a political comedy show. I get to be the one person that's not super liberal, so it'll be fun. That's at the Brooklyn House of Comedy that night. And then December 2nd is a charity event in Montclair, New Jersey at Tierney Pub. They are asking for $15. The donations go to help the hurricane and wildfire relief right now. And then the next big one is December 5th is my show that I'm producing, Headspace and Timing Comedy at Blackjack Mulligan's in Garfield, New Jersey, in conjunction with two guys from Jersey Podcast. And we have a great show ready for everybody, and that's completely free. So
awesome. Whoa. definitely. People got to get out there and see you guys and hook up. All right. Well, thank you both so very much for coming on to the Brian and Sherry Show tonight. And thank you all to all of our listeners. And Brian, go ahead.
With what, Sherry?
You got you got a couple seconds left, Brian.
I know.
I took it up.
I know. That's all right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get down to New York City or New Jersey. I've been to New Jersey, but I've never actually stopped in New Jersey. So I'm gonna have to go to New Jersey and see James Mack, or in New York City if he goes to New York City, which I'm pretty sure he does. Isn't that just across the bridge or something? I don't know.
I live like 35 minutes from there, and I'll be performing in Brooklyn. I have a few shows coming up. So.
Awesome.
Nice.
I have to get down there. It's been a minute city. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to watch these movies because I didn't watch them. I'm gonna have to now.
You know, in all honesty, I've seen very few of my movies. I have a hard time watching myself. It's just every time I go to a movie, I'm like, I'm gonna just make a phone call. I'll be out for just a couple of minutes. I promise you, I'll be right back. And I just have the hardest time watching myself. So. Yeah.
I know how I feel. I don't like watching my Facebook Live videos, and I certainly don't like listening to myself on the radio. We're good on that. Well, everyone, next week is, of course, Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, so there's no show next Thursday. Hello, Lisa Clayton and Cassandra. Hello. For some reason, Cassandra is saying hello to James. So. Yeah.
Hey, Cassandra.
There you go. All right. So we're going to have to wait until the 29th, but it seems that... now, James, you said you're doing something on the 29th?
Yes, I am. So the 29th, I'm doing Frost in Translation. That's the political show. The political comedy show in Brooklyn. It's at Brooklyn House of Comedy.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure either one. Make sure you send us the information for that so we can post it and let other people know on our Facebook page. That's awesome. So yeah. So okay. So yeah. So again, no show next week. We'll come back on the 29th. I don't know what Sherry's up to on the 29th. There'll be a show. That's the last show. That's the last show because the 11th of December and the Christmas show on the 18th of December, they don't count. They're just extra shows, I guess. So season 4 is coming to an end. So I know, keep calm, Sherry. It's going to be okay.
I can't believe we've been out for 4 years. It's amazing. This is awesome.
I know.
Congratulations
we need to have
on
a movie.
Thank you.
Yeah. We need to make a movie of this whole ordeal. No. Maybe. All improv, though. All improv. No script. But yeah, so don't forget to check out the T-shirts there. Help us get to that Comic-Con in 2019. Where, I have no idea. Daniel will let us know the information. It's all to meet Daniel Payton. Plug away at this book, Earth's Last Starship, which you can find on Amazon right now. I'm pretty sure that Daniel will be nice enough to post a link right onto our Facebook page if he can.
Dan's actually listening, so this is great, you guys, just so you know.
Yeah, he's always listening.
Dan, you got to make this book a movie. We now have actors, see? And I'm sure we can slip James in there somewhere too, right?
Sure. Improv.
Sure. I can always stand in the back and smile, so it's fine. Just stand there and wave.
Michael.
You can put that on your
resume. You're going to have to teach us. What are you talking about?
Standing and waving.
Hey, it's a credit. That's all you need.
It is a credit.
Hey, your name gets put on there. Yeah, see? So, so let's have a good weekend. Be safe driving because unlike Bill Housekeeper, we have snow. So, and it is flying right now. We at least have 3 inches on the ground. We have more coming tomorrow. It'll end probably tomorrow afternoon. I'm no meteorologist. I'm making this stuff up. But it'll probably end tomorrow afternoon. That's what they're saying. So be careful out there. And obviously have a great Thanksgiving because we won't see any of you guys until the following week, the 29th. And then we'll go from there. And then no more shows because I will be on vacation. So the next one will be the 11th. That's it.
Well, I'll still be doing shows between now.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Sherry Cliff and Jody, Sherry and Jody's, is it Sherry and Jody's Comedy Forum? Is that what it's called?
Correct. And also Sherry Cliff. Yeah.
I know that. Yeah. So, Jennifer wants to know if I want to build a snowman. She's not funny.
Tell her it's frozen outside.
It's cold outside right now. And I just want to give a shout out to my aunt who's watching. Her birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to my aunt Steph.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yay.
I know. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. I think I'm done. Even though I could probably go on for hours more, but I'm done. So, yeah, we're definitely going to have James Mack on again at some point whenever he's not busy because he's such a busy person. And whenever Bill is not acting, he's welcome to come back on because we need to know what he's up to and what movie I need to watch. So,
right.
Yeah. And where is this movie? What is it called? Demons?
Demons.
It's on.
Yes.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah. It's on what? I'm sorry.
Amazon.
Yep, that's where I had to go.
Oh.
That's where I went and saw it. I have Amazon Prime, and it was on there.
Yeah, I got Amazon Prime. All right, that's what I'm watching tonight. All right, well, fantastic. All right, everyone, so have a great weekend, like I said, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, any last words, Sherry?
No, just thank you all once again for coming on. I had a lot of fun tonight. This is really great.
Yeah.
Thank you for my co-host, James Mack. Appreciate it. And thank you for Bill coming on.
Thanks for letting me be on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll talk to you guys soon. Brian, thank you so much. I'm so glad you joined us tonight. We needed you. This is great.
Yeah. Oh, I was glad I was able to get away from work. So to do this, yeah. Yeah. And I don't start and what sucks is I've chosen a shift that coincides with the show. So things are changing for season 5. So we just need to keep that in mind. Everything's going to change. Yeah, no, it's going to turn into the night show. Now it's going to be waking up in the morning with Brian Shear. So this should be fun. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you guys once again. We'll have you on again. And
thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, you guys.
You too.
Have a great night. Keep warm.
Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, good night, Brian.
Good night.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of The Brian and Sherry Show 4.0. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review and subscribe. And for more great content and to stay up to date, visit brianandsherryshow.org and on Facebook, Brian.Sherry Show. We'll catch you next time.